Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
Got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughing him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're getting commentary on the case. Dati mihi Anglican, please. Verbal sloppy. Oh, for crumb's sake.
Is that correct?
I didn't ask you to interrupt me.
Welcome back to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and I may have, for the second time today, done my whole intro without being live. I don't know why YouTube is defaulting to the don't automatically go live when I hit the live button. But yes, twice in a row, I have introduced the show, gone through my whole little, what is it, like, is it a monologue or a soliloquy? I forget, my English, Red Pen, you can correct me on that, whichever one it is. But twice today, this has happened. So now we're here. At least I caught it after just a couple minutes instead of after, like 15 minutes like last time. Let's get chat ready. The sky is clear, but the screen I'm looking through on my camera right out there is a little blurry. So I turned over to the other window so I can just monitor the volleyball pit. We're like on sand watch today to make sure the kids don't steal any more sand from the volleyball pit. But in doing that, we have to say thank you to Reverend Beasy. Thank you very much, Reverend Beasy. First in chat today, narrowly beat out Ivan Victor, who came in second with a yo. But second place, as everyone knows, is the first loser. No shame in that, Ivan. No shame. You tried. You tried is what we like to say back east. You tried. But Reverend Beasy, you succeeded. Congratulations. The internet is all yours, my friend, today. Keep it up and running for everybody else, too. We'll be happy about that. Make sure you get your certificate from our shopping page on the YouTube channel. Just go scroll through all the various and sundry offerings until you find the internet ownership certificate, which is available for the low fee of 50 cents. Suitable for framing and for use as a CV cover sheet. All right. I just, you guys don't know this, but the camera was not working, but it is now. So here is my desk. This is where I'm at. Looks like up here, that number, that's very important that's moving now. That shows we are live. That's wonderful. We're sending out signal. Everything looks good. Looks like we have audio and everything. I also have lunch right here, which is a jar of spicy maple bourbon pickles, which the lid off. That was risky. It's tight now. Courtesy of Justin and his wife Heidi, who brought these by at the movie premiere last night. One of 2 jars they dropped off for me. Thank you very much. It was wonderful meeting with you and with Jonathan Davenport. Great time last night. I love talking to you guys. But thank you for the pickles. We have the spice today because it is spicy court day. It is Friday. We have all the good stuff happening right now. So we're going to jump over to Judge Cedric Simpson's courthouse where, guess what? Spicy. It's getting good. It's getting good. Let me turn that off. Get this ready. Where's my controller? Right there. It's by my pickles. There we go. Let's jump over there and see if we can. It's always a little noisy at the beginning of court, but this gives me a chance to eat some pickles in peace.
14A District Court for County of Washington, State of Michigan is now back in session.
Maybe seated. Whitaker Oaks versus Anthony Williams. CN. Pardon? Oh. Oh. No, I got you. It's okay. This is Whitaker Oaks versus Anthony Williams and Christina Williams. Okay, on this case, Miss Williams showed up in my court. I don't know what day. Pardon? All right, it was Tuesday. Seemed like so long ago. She had So we had been contacting plaintiff's office because although she didn't know that the writ had been posted, the writ was scheduled to be posted. It got posted actually while she was at the court. We were trying to find out the balance, not just due under the judgment, but the full balance to bring her current after some running around. We finally got the balance. I think it was, I have my email, it's 22 something.
I have 22, 29, 16.
22, 29, 16.
That's right. That balance is not.
Excuse me?
Excuse me? What?
Are you sure? Okay. Where's my email?
I believe it's underneath the prompt. It should be underneath the
So my question is this. There was a judgment that was taken. So why wouldn't that be included in the court costs?
Judgment I had was from June 28th, and there were court costs in there, $350.
Yes.
So that ledger, I'm not sure if you received just a ledger, or if you, someone from our office told you that included court costs, but the ledger I had has that 20.
Oh, that doesn't work that way. I issued a judgment for a particular amount. Her ledger then, as of June 28th, should have read that amount. If it read that amount, it included the $214 in court costs.
It did include the court costs, Your Honor.
It what?
It did, that judgment did include the court costs.
I know. So why is the balance that we received not in, you're saying doesn't include the court costs?
Your Honor, I'm not sure why that balance that you received did not include court costs. I know that the ledger does not include court costs in there. The ledger is on the property, and we had the court costs too.
So if she went in to redeem and paid the amount that was on that ledger, you're telling me that that would not have paid her judgment off?
While she went in to redeem after the court hearing, should be advised that total amount of court costs. The ledger that I have is not include legal fees or court costs.
I don't even know what that means. If she went in after the judgment's entered to pay the amount on the to pay your client, you're going to tell me that the amount she would have been given would not have been the amount that would have redeemed the judgment?
No, Your Honor, I'm saying that the ledgers that we had. Okay, so to answer your question, Your Honor.
Okay, let's start there. Go ahead.
She would have received the judgment that'll have an amount that doesn't include court costs, yes. So if she wanted to redeem that, she would have an amount that would include court costs if she had paid the judgment on time, correct?
Okay, so where'd the court costs go?
Not sure, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm not sure is not it. Because here's what happened. She comes in, she says she has the money. She posted it here. She has a $500 money order to pay the entire amount that we were given by your office.
Okay, I understand, Your Honor.
But now you're coming here, we're here today, and she paid with her $500 plus what she's posted in escrow. She has that full amount that we were given. And now we get here today and you're telling me there's another $214.
That's going to be struck.
This error may come from our end, whereas the balance that was sent to you was incorrect, so that is our fault.
Oh, I know. If it is a fault. Because it's certainly, there are three of us here. Two of us, it's not our fault. So how does she redeem?
Well, Your Honor, this is a real failed to pay the judgment on time. And that judgment was from June 28th, it's July and August fines accrued. I understand that there was some order on Tuesday where she was asked to fix certain amount of escrow. She did it. I did speak to her in the hallway. She did tell me she has additional $500 money when we're ready. However, Your Honor, there was a writ issue. So,
Nope. That was the wrong answer.
The writ has been issued, but since it is my order, that writ has also been stayed.
What?
I think at that point you go checkmate. Yeah, I am extremely aware of that.
It's your courtroom, he says.
And when people come into my court, I just ask that they do the right thing. So if we got to try to make sure that the right thing happens, I'll call the rest of your cases and you call your client and we can figure out exactly what's going to happen with Miss Williams because she's not leaving here today until this is resolved. Miss Williams, have a seat. We'll call you back up.
All right. Just sit right there. I think the judge is your best advocate right now. Miss Williams.
My understanding is that case is dismissed.
yes, sir.
Case dismissed. With that,
Judge has a grin on. He knows what's coming. He knows what's coming.
Whitaker Oaks versus James Poore and Ryan Poore.
Here, Your Honor.
Hey, Ryan was here way early.
Mr. Ryan Poore?
Yep.
I can't hear you, sir.
I'm here.
We can
Can you hear me?
Hang on. Yeah, we can hear you. It wasn't your fault.
Okay.
Once again, something's happened and it's not my fault. It's okay. All right. All right. How much is owing on this? This is a termination case. Is it not?
I have it as it is.
All right. Mr. Poore, what's your position on this case regarding their action for termination?
I paid last week, and I don't know about the rest of the other balance because I paid July too.
But this is a termination.
Your Honor, so the lease on termination was given 30-day notice. We did drop off a check for payment amount. Would it go with the attempting to charge Mr. Poore with complete it off? So I'm saying we essentially drop off on the accepted file.
They're saying they didn't accept your payment and that you need to pick up that check and that they're seeking to terminate your tenancy because your lease is ended.
Okay, so how many days do I got to get out then?
Well, the statutory period would be 10 days. How much time did you need?
Could I get a little bit more time than that?
It depends. Define a little bit.
Can I get 2 weeks?
Plaintiff have any objection to giving him to well, I would give him till the 20th. I'd give you 3 weeks. Can you get out in 3 weeks?
Yes, sir.
Judgment for possession, finding no tribal issue after hearing. We'll enter with a writ date September 20th. All right, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Squeegee of Justice and Trial Live TV. Good to see
Real
both of you here.
Properties versus Cassandra Amerson.
I have reason to believe you guys know each other. Good to have you here. Thank you.
She is not checked in. Would you like to proceed? All right. Raise your right hand to be sworn. Well, this is a red. What am I here?
The jar was brand new, but I'm almost out of pickles. I've got like 2 pickles left. This, by the way, for those that wonder, this 24 fluid ounce size jar is, I have confirmed it's a single serving jar. So, it's Trial TV, we are partners.
There's $95.30 owing.
$995.
900?
Yes, that's correct. So if you're looking, are you looking at the red that is submitted that states that there was
Yes.
Yes. So we that amount was that red was made an error. That $900 was already been applied to the judgment. So when that was submitted, we resubmitted. I don't know if that's there, but there's another application I have in my hand. It shows that there's been a $0. There's been no payment made since the judgment is actually.
What? So the 900 wasn't paid?
The 900 was paid, but it was applied to the judgment amount on June 28th. So the amounts that at the time reported, the $900 were applied to the check of the total amount on the judgment, rather than being a partial payment on the red, because those payments were made prior to the
This judge and this attorney are going to have it out. It's going to come to blows here in a minute.
On June 28th, there was a judgment entered. Right?
I do like me a little pickle juice. It's pretty nice. I do not eat
the judgment
pepper,
was
though.
for $995.30.
Yes, sir.
That was on June 28th. When was the 900 received?
On June 28th, the 900 was received.
Darren is meditating there in the center.
On
He's achieved
the
Zen.
judgment, there was originally an amount of $1,895. It was crossed off, subtracted 900 from.
I see. So you're saying they already credited the 900.
He needs to get closer to the microphone, or at least talk towards the mic. I don't drink it with a straw. I just guzzle it out of the jar like a regular person.
Writ may issue.
Writ may issue. Okay, judge agrees with him this time. Yeah, Darren's having a little bit of shut eye, catching up on a couple winks that he missed out on. But he's still listening.
That was the last of yours? Yeah. Okay.
Kenneth King
so that was
Judge
the last
King
of
would
your,
throw him in jail for that.
Now you can go call your client about Miss Williams and see what we work out. Right. Calls case Reggio Rentals versus Duke Ellington.
The Duke of Ellington?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. David Franchard, on behalf of the plaintiff.
And Your Honor, Kelly Vendrinos of Legal Services on behalf of Mr. Ellison.
Here we approach.
Oh, boy. Sure, come on. No, I'm really probably not.
They're going to approach really quickly. I'm going to skip ahead because, we can do that because we're catching up. Give them a few seconds to talk things over. Darren's just going to sleep throughout all of this. There we go. All right, here we go. Darren is the plift. I think they meant plaintiff. The T and the F got switched around. But he's the PLFT.
My judgments always have court.
Okay.
My judgments always have court costs.
Yes. In the Allison matter, record should reflect at a branch conference. This matter will be adjourned to September 20th, 2024 at
1 p.m.
At 1 p.m. I also indicated that there's necessity for some discovery information and that the legal services may present to the court for a subpoena that will go out under my signature. All right.
You're right. One other item. I don't think this will be necessary, but I do want to raise the possibility that RPI, we really believe that RPI does not follow the procedures. We would probably, and they won't resolve the issue with this, we would probably seek to do that. So I might be coming back to the court to seek a third-party complaint, but I don't think that's necessary. Yeah. Just want to raise the issue.
I'll deal with it if it comes back. But you guys do the same.
Couldn't hear the details, but it sounds like she's like, we might have to be back to enforce this.
Savannah versus Terry Jackson. And Janelle Smith. You have them here?
They're coming up for
Oh, they're there.
Terry Jackson, representing myself and Janelle Smith.
Well, you can't represent Janelle Smith, but is she here?
She is here.
Okay. All right.
We were here last week. Speak with them.
Yes.
That has happened. They have an appointment now for September 6th. So we would like to proceed and ask the court to enter a judgment today.
These guys, none of them are using the microphone.
Eviction day would be after September 6th.
Tash the truffle. That's funny.
What's the
welcome
appointment you have on September 6th?
It is with Hawk. We did the intake with them. They did the receipt has set up on appointment at 10 a.m.
This is some of the worst audio I've heard out of Cedric Simpson's courtroom. Hopefully it gets resolved a little better. People need to sit right at the microphone.
Okay. So how much is owing at this point?
It's $100. And we would be asking for court costs, filing fee, service fee, and attorney fee, which plus 184. So the total we would be asking for is $4,979.
$4,979.
Okay, so here's going to be the issue. Address this to the Smiths.
Yesterday, Florida Sun Life, it was fabulous.
If you go to Hawk, typically what's going to happen if you qualify is that there's going to be a $3,000 cap, and then you're going to have to come up with
$1,790.
What, 1979 thereabout? Are you going to be able to do that, or? Okay, when?
I mean, as soon as possible. I mean, I should say I return to the court by next Friday.
Okay, but how much is monthly rent? So, yeah, I got it here. I'm sorry. Asked again. So,
thank you, Trail TV.
Just ballparking this out. Sir, it'd be $3,130 that you'd have to come up with.
$3,130.
Correct.
Okay.
So, because here, the way this works is at some point, if you qualify for the program, your ledger balance has to be 3,000 or less for them to pay. They're not going to pay until it's 3,000 or less if they give you the full 3. Okay, just assuming that. If they go past today, the 1150 is going to kick in. So you're already 1979 by the calculations that Planners Council gave me. And then if I add 1158, if my math is correct, I'm at 3130. Okay, so is that going to happen?
Yes, sir.
When is that going to happen?
I can have that posted before Friday.
Before the 6th.
Correct.
He could have 3,000 something posted before Friday. He owes like 4 something now.
Additional 1,200 may take an additional week simply because I'm receiving disability through a group disability.
Hold on a second. You just told me that you had the 3130 on the 6th.
Well,
and now you're telling me something different.
But I did take into consideration the fact that the additional money that I have been using to maintain the monthly current month's rent is coming from a group disability plan. And I don't determine when that hits my bank account.
Ruth Buck, happy birthday tomorrow. We sang to a bunch of people this morning. Sorry we missed you in that group, but consider yourself sung to. Have a fabulous, fabulous birthday, and thanks for the kind congratulations.
Your meeting is on the 6th.
Correct.
What time?
10 a.m.
What's the zip code on this address? It's 4198. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I understand council wants a judgment, but I'm going to let us sneak into September so that if there has to be a judgment, at least you're going to have the full amount on it. So we're going to adjourn this to September 6, 2024 at
3 p.m.
At 3 p.m. Now, how much are you going to be able to pay by the 6th?
You've got a sleepy bailiff.
I can pay the 1979.
There is a baby in court there.
That has to be paid before noon on that day. Now, are you going to pay that directly to the landlord?
If that's preferable to the court.
Well, sure, the landlord probably wants his funds, so it can be paid to the court. That way, I track it or do it. Do you have a preference, counsel? So here, so that you understand, and I know I ask these sort of bizarre questions, but it's because of the way the programs work.
Same day, the hearing, so it's fine. It's paid.
All right. I want it paid to the court. That way I can track it, because I'm going to tell you this. If it's not paid, if it's not in the court, it has to be in cash. If it's not in court, I'm not hearing any more arguing about anything. I'm just going to give them their judgment, which is then at that point going to include September. Understood?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, folks.
Those be the rules we're playing by. Thank you for the congratulations on 60K. This is your achievement.
Court does call the case SNC Holdings, LLC versus Andre Harris.
Counting how many of you there are. So congratulations to you guys. 60K.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Tracy Thomas, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Hey, Tracy. Welcome. We can hear you beautifully, and I love the
Andre
clock.
Harris? He is not checked in. Would you like to take a default, sir?
Well, here's where my Boy Scout officer of the court conscience kicks in.
Okay. Hold on.
We were here last week.
Hold on,
and
Tracy.
Mr. Harris promised to make a payment. I don't know whether he did or not.
Hold on a second, Mr. Thomas. I think the defendant might have called in.
He's actually called into the clerk's office right now, Your Honor, indicating that he is having car trouble and would like to appear.
He's having car trouble and wanted, seriously? Tell him didn't get in by Zoom. Hey,
Get in by Zoom.
I'm going to have to pass your case. He's called into the clerk's office.
That's fine, Your Honor.
I don't know where he is.
On the side of the road.
But he's having car trouble. I got to get off of that because I like Jack.
See if Darren gets to go next.
All right. Ashley, is it Brandom? Representative of Ricky and Travis Brandom State versus Melanie Brazen Sanders.
Everyone's in Zoom.
Yay, it's a Zoom meeting.
Good afternoon.
State your appearance. Go ahead.
William
Gross
here on behalf of Ashley Brandom.
Who does William Gross look like?
The estates, really.
Who else is here on this?
Melanie Sanders, defendant.
Does he remind you of one of the brothers in the...
All right. Where are we on this case, folks?
In the Vegas heist movie?
Your Honor, last week we had our initial hearing, and at that time, you'd asked that my client provide her letters of authority, showing that she is the personal representative for both the Ricky and Travis Brandom estates. We've submitted those to the court. I believe they're in the case file. So at this point, we'd be ready to proceed to the full hearing.
All right, ma'am, what do you have to say about this case?
So on July 1st, I was given the notice to quit. On July 10th, I paid $3,000 for a home for us to be removed from the estates per her wishes. I found out after the 10th that was scam and I got scammed. I took that to the Jackson Rentals Associates and figured it out. That's a whole different court case that I am dealing with on my own, which is why I don't have a lawyer for this case, because the other case kind of has a little bit more priority. I informed Ashley that I would not be in the house on August 1st, but she could drop off the eviction notice. Instead of just taping it to the window, she and her party proceeded to enter the dwelling through my 10-year-old autistic son's bedroom. Doing so, there was some damage to his belongings. There are also some things of my son's, like his laptops that are for school this year. He is homeschooled, that are missing. His entire life savings that was on our pellet stove is missing. And I have expressed to them that I am working as fast and efficiently as I can to get us out of the home. I am just requesting at least 3 more weeks to figure out my situation.
Counsel, you know anything about your clients entering the home?
I'm sorry?
I don't. I believe she's here and may be able to speak to that. I understand that she did at one point
Casey Affleck
arrive at the home hoping to, I don't know, get back possession. I think she misunderstood the time frame of things. But I was not aware of anyone entering the home.
Did she enter the home?
I believe she's available here now.
Turn on my camera. My name is Ashley Brandom, and I did not enter the home. I was at the home. There was a note that was on the door about if somebody needed to talk to an adult, to reach out. I was not aware that Melanie was even still there, but with that note on the door, we did call police for 4 hours that day to try to get somebody out there just to do a wellness check. But then after we had left the property is when I guess all of that transpired.
Did anybody with you? If you didn't go in, does anybody with you go into the premises?
My sister did.
Under what authority did she enter the premises?
Well, we had called the police for 4 hours that day, and they said, well, if it it is your residence. Like, they advise that if you're the legal owner of it. So, I mean, nothing was taken. We did not.
You may be the legal owner subject to their leasehold.
She doesn't have a lease, sir. She is not paying rent. She has not made any.
Your Honor, I believe
I really don't have time to give you the legal definition of that, so I'm not going to. I'll let your lawyer do that for you.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm just saying she never had a lease. She was with my brother.
Yes.
Hold tight.
And Ashley,
well, that's a problem if they enter the premises.
Yeah.
That's a huge problem. That's counsel. That's a huge problem.
Yeah, Your Honor, I was contacted, I believe, on that day by my client, and I advised her to leave the tenant to her quiet possession of the property until this matter was resolved through the courts.
Ooh.
So I believe there was just a misunderstanding by my client.
Yeah, I've never been through this process. I didn't know. I thought the letter to acquit was the last thing, so I just was unaware. And I mean, I live 700 miles away, so I'm in Georgia. I was just trying
700 miles to break into
to get some resolution to the problems that are happening, and then that didn't happen. So,
as far as I know, the tenant has been left to her quiet enjoyment of the property since that date. And
yes, but it was interrupted, counsel. That's a whole other claim.
Pardon me?
That's a whole other claim she has as against the landlord. You can't just go in.
I did call the police after I returned back to the premises after my work shift. I did have my neighbor who has video surveillance of the conversation between Miss Brandom and part of her party that was there on that day, along with a whole different slew of things that I had talked to that officer about, which again, that is a whole different case that I am working on getting the details on for that.
Okay.
For this case,
yeah, I know. All right, look, we're going to have to get this resolved. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it for a final settlement conference, September 10th, 2024, 9 a.m. All of that is in person. All the parties need to be present before me.
That was the 10th at 9 a.m.?
Yes, sir.
All right. And Your Honor, that's another settlement conference. That's not the eviction hearing.
It's a settlement conference. Well, counsel, you can do it that way or not.
Look, this is funny.
Your client or somebody on your client's behalf illegally entered these premises.
Mm-hmm.
She has claims which she's raised before this court, claiming damage to certain property.
Sure. So I just want to know what type of hearing I should be preparing for next time.
Prepare for a final settlement conference. It's a hearing before we set a trial, if we have to set a trial. I'm going to try to resolve the case, but I think you probably need to talk to your clients about what their legal obligations and responsibilities are, because quite frankly, they're probably in a whole lot of trouble.
Is there anything the court needs us to prepare in order, like, for that hearing?
No, I got it. I got all. You can prepare anything you want for me, but I'm good.
Oh, man.
We'll see everybody on the 10th. Thank you.
Another one for the 10th. Is that two spicy ones on the 10th? Attorney William Gross is like, they
Blue Heron Point Apartments versus Abad.
Max Muda on behalf of plaintiff, Your Honor.
And hello, I'm here.
Who are you?
Okay, there you are. Probably need a camera. Okay, where are we on this case?
Your Honor, we do have a resolution on this one. I submitted a consent judgment by email around 11 a.m. today, so you may not yet have it before you.
No, I better have it if it came in at 11. I have it. Okay. Mr. Abad, I have a consent judgment. Did you sign that? You're muted, Mr. Bond.
Sorry, it took me a while to unmute. Yes, I did sign it.
Okay. Do you have a camera by any chance or no?
I'm trying to turn that on. I'm using my phone for the first time. I normally get on my laptop, so I'm trying to figure that out. Sorry.
Okay. I like to do it that way to make sure that it's you, but this judgment indicates a total possessory judgment amount, including costs of $4,676.12. Is that your understanding, ma'am?
Yes.
And then under further orders, it indicates if you pay off the balance on or before September 9th, parties agree to stipulate to set aside this judgment, dismiss this case, and defendant must email plaintiff's counsel to confirm full payment.
That is correct.
We're headed home mid-September. We'll be home second or third week of September.
So basically, you're seeking to redeem the property if...
Yeah, that was resolved. So what we were talking about last week in regards to the rent increase, it was finally resolved. And so they agreed on continuing with the monthly payment that was agreed upon last year.
Gotcha. Well, that's not... Okay, so that we're clear, that's not part of this.
So this is stating that I'm going to be paying the amount disclosed, the 4,600 or something, I believe, within the next few days, and that I will have done.
Right, but then as part of this agreement, I think, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, what you just said to me is that there's now an agreement as to what the rental amount is.
So, Your Honor, my client has sent out an updated lease to the tenant, and what's more is that we've also lowered the balance here to address the rent that was owing for the past couple of months here. And so this does actually address the lower rent by having some of the balance waived, and so the balance is actually lower than what was discussed at the prior hearing. And then in addition, we're working with Ms. Avendale.
Right. No, I'm not disputing any of that, counsel. Because she's unrepresented, I have to make sure that she understands this judgment doesn't say that, ma'am.
Yes.
You understand that?
I do. And so the property managers did go ahead and finally agree to contact me. And so we will sign a continuing lease, but I'm just waiting for them.
Folks, I'm not looking to mess anything up. I just need to make sure that everybody knows what this says. It sounds to me like you have the agreement. When is the lease going to be signed?
The property managers still have not contacted me, and so I'm hoping to hear back from them early next week. I know Monday, they're closed today, they're closed Monday, so I'm hoping early next week.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do, people. I'll sign this once the new lease is signed, the judgment. That way that does exactly what you guys want, and I think you were trying to do without messing it up. The problem is, if I don't have that soon, the dates are going to be all off here in terms of when they could seek a writ, if pursuant to the judgment.
How would you like me to contact you, Your Honor, once the lease has been signed?
If
just come
you
knock on my door
send
at my
an
house.
email
No, just kidding.
to Ann in my office, then that the lease has been signed with a CC to the other side, then I'll sign off on the judgment. Okay?
Absolutely perfect.
That way I don't have to, I either do that or give you a new date, but I'd rather just try to do it that way.
You might have an idea there.
Not a problem. I'd prefer that option as well, Your Honor.
A dumb Zoomophone.
Okay. So say we'll sign judgment upon verification of, I guess, it's a new lease or whatever it is.
Child TV, Aaron, feel free to call me on the burner phone at any time. I'll try to remember to call you right after the live stream today.
I think I understand what we're doing. So get that to us. Get the lease signed, get that to us, and then we'll take care of it from there. Okay, folks?
Thank you.
Thank you, Honor.
Thank you. Court calls case ESA Management versus Elizabeth Kurtz.
Darren's been waiting all afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Crystal Herm is appearing on behalf of plaintiff ESA Management for Extended Stay America.
Extended Stay America.
She's here.
And she's brought her paperwork.
You can stand right up here. Hello. All right, where are we on this case? I think we were at 630750 last time or something along those lines.
I can say something.
Yes, ma'am.
I work hard. I live outside of conventional housing. I was laid off about 10 years ago. And since that time, I built a business. It's a street business where I sell street paper. And I don't receive any state aid, government aid, Section 8 or anything like that, but I have been able to maintain housing, especially after the extended stay. I don't have any representation because the legal aid system really doesn't support or represent who are staying in hotels. Because the Michigan law is pretty vague on hotel stays when it comes to tenants. But I'm at extended stay. It is a hotel that gives you, after 30 days, it gives you tax exemption. And
You were supposed to file a written answer.
Okay, I understand that. Actually, I did. And I sent it to you. I mailed it to you. And today I recognized that it had gone to the wrong email. And I have documentation for that.
You emailed it to me?
I sent it to you, but I didn't know it was rejected until I was preparing today, shortly before I was preparing today.
Okay, did you get it to council?
It's in my phone, it's in my documents.
No. You sent something to the court. Did you send?
I sent it, but it didn't arrive.
Okay, not my question. Not my question. Did you send it to opposing counsel?
Who was opposing counsel?
Counsel for the plaintiffs.
I wasn't aware that I needed to do that.
No, forget.
And that's what bothers me. You know, I live outside of conventional housing. It's hard enough to stay afloat. There's not a lot of legal representation. I'm having to put together everything.
Ma'am. Yes, you're gonna have to put it together on your own. We're giving you resources to contact. You can contact the University of Michigan. You can contact whomever.
Sir, I contacted the University of Michigan in past cases. They were unable to represent me specifically. In a case like this, legal aid does not represent.
So you're going to have to represent yourself.
Absolutely. That's why I'm here.
Then I need a written answer.
Okay.
And it needs to be sent to opposing counsel.
Okay. Can you give me additional time to do that? Because I can't do it here because I don't have.
What is the monthly rent?
Actually, it varies. And that's the reason I'm here. Because I'm supposed to get my tax deduction after 30 days.
Counsel, what is the monthly rent?
Your Honor, it's on average 84 cents a day. And at this point,
I'm sorry, you broke up there. It's how much per day?
$86.44 on average per day. And it is the outstanding balance as of today, August 30th, is $9,539.
Yeah, I have had gradually fees that have been added into the account. I paid much more than $84 a day. I have a receipt here that for
Ma'am,
was $1,083. And that doesn't represent a lot.
ma'am, I'm going to need you to give in writing all of your defenses to this action. A copy of that answer needs to be sent to counsel for the plaintiff.
I have received that address today.
It should be on your pleadings that you received.
I received a summons and I received a notice to quit. Notice to payment of vacate premises.
Okay. And do you see where it says plaintiff's attorney?
So if you.
Okay, look on the left-hand side, look on the right-hand side.
On the summons or on?
Yeah, on the summons at the top.
Yeah. I see the plaintiff's name. I don't see necessarily a phone number. There's no email.
For Pete's sake. Hand me your paper. Hand me your paperwork.
I don't see any email. I'm glad to be.
Right here. There's a phone number. There's an address. You can call them. You can get an email address that you can send it to them. But you need to file an answer. You need to file an answer, and you're operating on borrowed time. Counsel, I apologize for this. I would ask your opinion on this, but I'm going to do it this way anyway.
I would ask your opinion, but
you need
it
to
doesn't
file an
matter.
answer by September 5th.
I appreciate it, Ron. But you know, it really bothers me that people in my situation are given the short end of the stick on every.
On what short end of the stick have you gotten on this case? Tell me one that you've gotten here. Ma'am, I've given you a week to get representation. The very fact you could not find it doesn't put you on the short end of the stick. I then told you that what you'll have to do is you'll have to represent yourself. You said fine. So I'm telling you how it's going to run. You are not getting the short end of the stick from anybody in this courtroom. And I resent you saying that about what happens in this courtroom, because anybody that comes into this courtroom doesn't get the short end of anything from this judge. So I'm done even addressing that. You will have an answer into the court to opposing counsel by the 5th. I will set a next hearing in this matter for September 6, 2024 at 3 p.m. I'm also going to order escrow to be paid at an amount of $86.44 per day, payable every 7 days to the court.
And why am I representing myself, sir?
Excuse me?
Why am I representing myself?
Why are you?
Yes.
I don't know that I can answer that.
You can't, because there's no legal counsel available for me in this state. So that's what I mean when I say I'm getting short of it.
The escrow that you have to pay to the court must be paid in cash to the court. You can take it to the front window. They'll be more than happy to take it and give you a receipt for that. Pardon?
Okay. I'm unable to pay escrow today.
Ma'am, I ordered that escrow will be paid in the amount of 86. Do not interrupt me again. Escrow will be paid in the amount of $86.44 per day. It is due and payable to the court every 7 days. That's my order. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you, counsel.
I think we might have a new soundbite for an introduction, like our live stream.
You want me to call? Hamptons of Clover Lane versus Brenda, and I'm just calling something. I'll get to this in a second. I know you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Wow.
Yes, it is. Anderson Clover Lane versus Anderson and McIntyre.
It's a good name.
Robert Visconti, P61756 for the plaintiff, Your Honor.
And I don't have either party here. Would you like to proceed?
I sure would.
All right, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Go ahead, sir.
Judgment for the
Your Honor, I'd move the court for entry of default judgment for possession in this matter. Rent to retain is $3,969.18. Court costs are $212. Total redemptive amount $4,181.18. Possession only, please, with an order of eviction to issue after the 9th. I'd be happy to send over an order. To my knowledge, defendants are not minors, active duty military, nor are they incompetent. The premises has been kept fit for its intended use.
Judgment to the plaintiff. That's by default for possession, redemption amount, in the amount requested, writ to issue in 10 days. Pines of Clover Lane versus Alexander Montgomery.
Robert Visconti for the plaintiff. I move for dismissal of this matter. I'll send in an order, Your Honor.
He's here.
I'm still moving for dismissal.
I know. Hello, sir. What's your name? They're moving to dismiss. You have any problem with that whatsoever?
Say no.
That's the most congenial case I've had today. Thank you. All right, case is dismissed. You have a great weekend, sir.
Probably means he
Is that
paid
it for you, Mr. Visconti? You get
That dismissal is his.
Orchard Grove versus LaHurrick.
Sorry,
that matters dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice.
Thanks, Judge. Have a good day.
Thank you. Have a great weekend and holiday.
You as well.
Yes, I'm calling it. You are awful bossy.
I just need to make
No,
sure
you the whole excuse us a moment. The whole day. The whole day. You've been awfully bossy and you that's why some of these people are acting that way. They're seeing you.
I'm ready.
So you just need to calm down. You'll be ready because she's going to do something. Court calls the case Whitaker Oaks versus Anthony Williams. Your name? Okay. So what have we decided?
This was a spicy
Someone
one.
has indicated to me that the court is currently holding $1,740 in escrow.
I am.
She also indicated that she's holding the money order of $500.
She is.
She stated that she could drop that off today. I would ask the court to release the funds if possible today. And she's willing to do that. Should be able to.
And that will satisfy the case? So her balance, so that we're clear, her balance as of September 1st, or actually August 31st, will read zero.
The balance, once this is paid, will be zero.
There we go. They made the right decision.
Any questions?
They worked it out. I think they made a mistake. They're owning up to it. She's going to redeem. And
Now I have a zero balance. That is okay for me to go and sign my lease now, correct? Because she would not allow me to sign a new lease without a zero balance.
I can't speak to that. I'm sorry.
Boy. No, I know, counsel. And I don't know what to tell you because that's typically not before me. So you'll have to. So I'm going to indicate balance will read zero. Defendant's balance will read zero. Release. Escrow.
She wants to sign a new lease. They might not want to.
All the escrow to the plaintiff.
Continue to rent to her.
Plaintiff should be getting a check for that $1,740.
You have orders on other cases that I've attended today.
Oh, that you did? Yeah. If you could give them to my bailiff, we'll attach them to the file and I'll sign off on this. Thank you. You're welcome. Have a great weekend. Good holiday.
What's Darren waiting for? Do we have his case up yet?
Daria, is it Gorandina? Probably said that wrong. Versus Brittany Parker.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Defendant's present.
I don't have.
Do not have them present. Would you like to take a default, sir?
I sent them a conditional for attorney, and I'm just waiting to get that.
Oh, surely. Well, you're in the matter of September 6th, 2024,
3 p.m.
3 p.m. See, he's always so pleasant. So unlike Ann.
Is it always this bad of a day?
Some of the people
right before
here,
a long weekend?
I was so happy to see him go. I really was.
Darren gets hopeful every time he calls a case, and then he's
I got treatment, and I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen there? Jacob Property Management versus Justin Reeves.
You can hear the sigh. Soul leaves his body every time. He's like, still not my case.
I think I saw.
Oh, he's there.
Who's there? Justin Reeves.
Aaron, you did miss the $500 lady's return. The apartment complex agreed with the judge.
Hi, I'm calling an airway emergency to 4814 4D.
What?
Yes.
No, he's not.
Yes.
Let me pass it. I don't
4D,
know
yes,
what he's
please.
into. Court does call the case. Gil Stanford. You can mute him.
Yeah.
Gil Stanford versus Susie Norman.
He's calling an airway emergency to judge's courtroom.
She's right there. I saw her sitting there all the time.
Justin Reeves, he unmutes for that. Now he was smiling there.
I was just about to ask you the same thing. How are you doing?
Good.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're a lot less stressed than the last time.
I listened to your judgment and I took that under advisement and I followed through with it. So I'm able to breathe.
Did you?
Yeah.
So you took the last few days and the last almost 30 days and you just took a breath.
I did, except there's always an exception. On the 13th, when Mr. Stanford came over and cornered me off and asked me when I was leaving. So that was my break in my 30-day rest period.
And I'm presuming, counsel, you know nothing about that.
Your Honor, I was told my client went to the property to do some repairs with notice.
Okay. All right.
Received the email from Ms. Norman.
I did.
We addressed it. Notices.
Got it. Okay. So now, where are we now on this case?
Yeah, if I may, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
I've been speaking with Ms. Norman. We've come to terms, I think, that rough terms for an additional dismissal. Ms. Norman will be returning the property by the 20th and as her should be released.
Where's Justin taking us?
You're gonna leave.
I tentatively accepted a position. I speak with them today at 2 Pacific Standard Time in Seattle at Swedish Providence in the ICU. So
you're gonna move everybody to Seattle? It's really damp and moist out there.
He said two bad words.
Time of the year it's supposed to rain.
It's rain. It's gonna. I know the hair. That's what happened to me. It just. It got damp. Everything fell out. All right. So I'm just telling you. But good luck.
I didn't know what Justin Reeves is all about.
It's exciting.
No, that's it. I shouldn't say that. See, it's a beautiful part of the country. It really is.
My teenager's excited for Nintendo.
Pardon?
My teenager, my daughter's 14. She's excited because Nintendo headquarters is up there. So they're excited about that. And I did talk to Mr. Mukherjee about that. I was wondering about the security deposit though. I know that I did have money in escrow that will be released to him, I'm sure. But there's been, just a few issues. I was just wondering about that.
Okay, the security deposit is returned in accordance with the Security Deposit Act. All right, and it's typically not part of a case such as this.
Okay.
The important thing for the tenant, without giving legal advice, is to make sure that you give within 4 days, I think it is, a written notice of a forwarding address.
4 days from today?
4 days from the time that you vacate the premises.
Okay.
All right. So as soon as you know forwarding address, provide it to the plaintiff.
Okay.
All right, because that's where all that triggers all notices and other things to be said. Okay. So my understanding of the terms of the conditional dismissal, you're going to vacate by September 20th.
That is the goal. I talked to them because I didn't want to put anything in stone with them in pen, because I was talking here in court before I was talking to them today. So.
Okay.
Orientation.
No, stop.
Okay.
The position, you don't know that it's been offered.
It has.
Okay.
It has.
But you have to talk to them to accept it.
To finalize it. Mm-hmm. It's just they ask for orientation dates.
I know.
So my orientation date in my mind is the 23rd of September. And that's what I'm going to tell them today. I needed to find out.
But if they say something, okay. No, hold on.
I don't know what Justin's doing. I'm just glad he does not participate in No Pants Friday.
I'm going to dirt it out 1 week. That way you can have your employment plan solidified. You can make sure of that before we put this all in. It won't mess anything up. I just want to make sure that you've got everything in place. I'm sure. That's the way we're going to do it.
Okay.
What time?
3 p.m.
3 p.m. We'll do it next week. You'll have all of that part solidified. I'll feel much more comfortable signing a conditional order of dismissal. You'll know exactly when you're leaving, exactly when your orientation date, all those dates which are critical to the conditional order of dismissal, and then we'll be finished. It doesn't change anything. It just makes things solidified on your behalf.
Okay. Well,
You just what?
I just didn't want, because we had.
He's got to come back anyway. He's got to come back anyway. So don't worry about that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. But I'm looking forward to it. Doing it. Yeah. As much as I love being in this courtroom.
I see. So it really wasn't about anything, but you didn't want to come back and see me. No, it's okay. I don't take things personally. I really don't. Get out. No, I'm kidding. We'll see. I am so, you don't want to know what? I am so glad, in all seriousness, just as a person, I am so glad to see you smiling and just being relaxed about things and not being so stressed. Because when you were here last time, truly, you weren't doing the things to take care of yourself. And that wasn't good.
I appreciate that, because you read me like a book.
Yeah, I have a tendency to do that to people.
It is a talent, sir.
Well, thank you.
You're great at it.
I try.
Thank you for your help and your time, and I'll see you next week. And
Darren is hopeful yet again.
And I'll just say one other thing. You can thank that man behind you too, because he could see it. He felt it. And when I told him what I was going to do, because that was a long adjournment, he just nodded because he understood it. So he is. And it was just it's good to have, there are a lot of jokes and things made about lawyers and
they're all
people in the legal system. But I think certainly when I saw Mr. McCurdy, he just nodded and didn't object, jump up and down and screamed, even for the purposes of the record, because he understood. That's kind of the best thing that this profession has to offer in terms of that grace. So,
Love that. Thank you so much.
all right.
Mad props to the attorney.
And really think about the dampness. It's really, I'm just saying.
Okay. For Darren's sake, please call his case, Judge.
Thank you. Let me recall this one real quick. Jacobs Property Management versus Reeves.
There's Reeves.
Justin Reeves here.
Okay, there he is. Okay. You were in the middle of something, so I passed it. Okay, where are we on this?
Mr. Reeves has got his balance under 3,000. We're expecting a check from Tom.
Really? They said they were sending that out?
Yes.
Okay, did they say when that might happen?
They said within 2 weeks of Monday.
Okay, and then you still have to work on September, or how's that?
Correct. So if we could adjourn this out to the end of September, it'll be.
Okay. You have a problem with that, sir?
No, sir.
All right. Then I'll adjourn this to September 27th, 2024 at
2.
What was that? What? 2 p.m.? At 2 p.m. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So I guess we'll never know what that,
Is that it for you,
frantic
Council?
air emergency phone call was about.
Oh, did it?
Darren, we're saving you last till the very end.
10264 Avendale Management LLC versus Francisca Burks. Oh, now you moved to the other. Okay.
Darren is seething. He's like,
go ahead. And parties earns them. Not sure we're there. Okay. What are we doing on this?
Well, Your Honor, since the last time we were here, as of this Monday, the house is no longer inhabitable because there was a leak of some sort, and as to what the cause or who's at fault or whatever, there's not been determined as of yet because it's so new.
the attorney switched sides.
The defendant is out of the house. The property needs to be mediated because of the nature of the loss. And she's the defendant, and I think her family are now out of the house. So we're just simply seeking possession and giving the defendant time to get out, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and the turnover of the money that was escrowed for July's rent. Yes.
Maybe Darren read his summons wrong.
Your Honor, we're actually probably pretty close to an agreement for a conditional dismissal, but let me just say, my client has 4 children. Monday was the first day of school. She came home. There was a leak over the weekend. She came home to see that ceiling collapse, first floor ceiling collapse on all of their possessions. There was a leak of sewage, and the house has gotten a danger uninhabitable sticker placed on it. So from our perspective, my client's rights perspective, there's an issue, and we would like to resolve it, but there's money been put. Rent has been placed on an escrow. She filed an answer. We've made counterclaims, and we're close to, I think, closer than we think to a conditional dismissal. But right now, we'll see.
And counsel has asked for a 1-week adjournment, Your Honor. I'm not really sure what that would accomplish. Regardless, in the event that the court did entertain the adjournment, what I would ask is that all parties be ordered to cooperate when communicating with the respective insurance companies. My understanding is the defendant had renter's insurance. My clients have homeowner's insurance. Belfour, who's a remediation company, is already on site, and they're moving forward and issuing reports in the near future. So everything is being taken care of, but there is obviously this kind of stuff needs to be remediated. And my client is getting calls from the renter's insurance company because the defendant, is not returning phone calls. So if we're going to adjourn it, that's fine, but be communication, because this is a serious situation that needs to be resolved. The longer that property sits with that kind of waste in it, there's a possibility of toxic mold that's going to cause even more problems.
So Your Honor, my client also states that, the plaintiff has not been communicating with their insurance party. We emailed plaintiff's attorney and, last week plaintiff's attorney was out, I think, until sometime this week. And there was a communication issue between all parties. Maybe I suggest that, notice be given to the attorneys directly so we can.
That's what I was going to suggest. And then that way that works and then we're done. So I also think that, well, the 6th would be okay. I think that's probably a little bit advantageous for you guys being able to be in a position and posture to do that. I'm going to put this out to the 13th.
Sure. At this point, I mean, the property is where it's at.
Your Honor, on the, would there be a possibility to go beyond 13th because I have a doctor's appointment?
I mean, the property is where it is and they got to get that cleaned up and got to do whatever. So I don't think much is going to change. September 20th. That works. 2024 at
1 p.m.
At 1 p.m.
In the interim, the money that was escrowed for July, can that be released?
Well, I'm going to hold. I don't think there was an agreement to release that. I'm going to hold that until we can figure out exactly what happened and who's going to take what. Touch and touch. So. All right.
The court is ordering that the communications to the insurer or the respective insurance run through counsel, but
I'm going to say you guys use your common sense. You guys are attorneys. You guys figure out how to get your clients to communicate with each other. I don't think I should be in the posture of ordering it.
I'm not worried about them communicating with each other. It's the insurance company.
I don't worry about insurance companies. just in principle. All right, thanks.
I'm not here for that.
Have a good holiday. Ridgewood Apartments versus Jaquavius Carroll.
Darren's like, really? Judge, I'm right here.
Yeah, I was fine up until about, Jaquavius Carroll? Not here. Would you like to take a default, sir?
Summary judgment.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth up got.
I do, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, this action is a possession and money judgment. Mr. Carroll did appear last week via Zoom. We are asking for an equal judgment of possession and for money. Rent to retain $3,517.04, $223.50 in court costs. Total to retain $3,740.54. Same amounts for the money judgment, Your Honor. September 9th, 2024.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession and money. Redemption amount is in the amount requested.
Writ to issue,
writ
10
to issue
days.
in 10 days.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great weekend.
You do the same, sir.
Darren?
TDM of Monroe versus Amanda Manning.
No counsel on either side.
No counsel on either side.
Nobody showed on either side. All you have to do is show up and win.
Your name?
Kevin Becker. TDM.
Okay. Your name? Okay.
Oh, no counsel.
Can we
Neither
get
one's
through this the
represented.
last time?
2 pro ses.
What is TDM?
It was just a company that was set there. Me and my mother owned the property. We discussed that.
Yeah, but was it? I usually have a note on that. Was it an LLC?
Can't hear him. He's asking what sort
Was
of.
it an assumed name?
Yes, sir.
Was it an assumed name registered with? Was it in Washington that it was a? Okay. I'll let you go ahead. I knew we had come to some conclusion, but let me see that.
So the judge is asking
All
if
right.
he can represent.
I granted the motion to
TDM.
set aside the judgment. Where are we now, folks?
I called court yesterday because the guy told me so. She still owes me $2,300.
I paid him $1,200 on July 19th.
Right, August came in, so it's still the 20.
I have $1,200 in escrow for August's rent, sir. And I have $800 that may be coming from the services, which is I discussed with Mr. Decker previously and with Works. But they will not release the funds until I let them know that the rent is lifted.
That the rent's been lifted. Oh,
I think that would be
until, well, hold on a second. And when they say the rent's lifted, what do they mean?
Like, let them know that I'm not being thrown out of the house.
You're not being thrown out. I mean, the rent, I don't know, did he even file a rent?
He did.
I did.
After I paid him money.
Hold on, hold. Stop. Everybody. Just looking for the writ. He did. That was on July 26th. But I set aside the case, the judgment, so we're at square one in any event.
Okay.
In terms of adding it up. So I don't know what
She still owes me
they,
$5. Back rent, and starting Sunday, it'll be $5.
You done?
You done?
Are you done? Are you done interrupting me? The folks that are giving the additional money, what do they need?
I just need something showing up that this stuff has been set aside, even if it's saying that we're starting at square one of what I owe. That's when they'll help me with the $800.
Okay. If they need something, you can tell them to email and we'll provide something to them indicating that they're ready. Okay. So as we sit here today, how much, I must hate asking, how much do you think you owe through August?
Well, without them helping me with the $800, I would say $1,000. Well, $1,005.
$1,005.
That's without them getting the money from Social Security.
Without the money from social services, you're $1,005. I'll come back to you. Hold on. I'll come back to you in a moment. How much are you saying she owes as of today?
$2,305 with the court costs you said I could charge last time.
I just asked for a number.
Sorry, Your Honor. I'm trying to be sure that that's okay. I'm not trying to, I don't want to smash something.
Through his pen.
Like words? All right. So it seems to me that the distinction between the two, your figure did not include.
That what you have in the escrow.
Why is everybody finishing my sentence? Am I talking that slow that people have to interrupt me today? Alan? You have not interrupted me all day. I know. I don't know why everybody else can't learn. Okay. So here's the magic of this. You're saying 2305. You're saying 1,005.
Let's do the math.
You have 1,200 in escrow. And gee, look what happens, people. You guys are only $100 off.
You practically agree.
You guys have said more than $100 worth of words I did not need to hear since you've been up here. So
split the difference.
You need to get so once they know the 800's there, and then that means that I'm still 205, maybe 305 short. Right? You can pay that today? You have that in cash or?
I have both the ATM, but.
Okay. So how much can you put into escrow today?
Whichever you, I don't know if it's 205, 305.
Why don't you put 305? All right, and that way we're there. What's the monthly rent? 1,200?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So now, what's your plan for September?
I can have that by next week.
So you can have September by next week? All right, so let me just say, if you put that amount in escrow, then by next week, you'll have the September rent you can put in escrow. If I adjourn this out a week, we can come back. This whole thing can go away where it's dismissed. I release the escrow to you once we agree on a figure and we're done. Does that sound like something that can happen, folks?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
I've got a spam call.
Could I ask you?
Hold on.
Sure.
I'm going to pause this for a second. Just 1 second. Hello?
Hello, my name is Daniel. How are you doing today?
Good.
All right. This call is regards to about Medicaid. Do you have Medicare Part A and B?
I have both. It's the wrong answer. Wrong answer. I have to say no. I have to say no.
You're saying you didn't do that.
It's a duplex, there's another apartment up. They have fires like every other day. I've never had a fire there.
Is that your tenant? The other people in the duplex, or? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so. Did you talk to them about the fires?
Neighbors saw them and
Saw.
the day the fire occurred. The only time I saw it happen was where I had a fire. It's a 3-acre property. They were off. It's not on a separate parcel.
Okay.
Where the fire is. They saw our children out there that evening. There was quite a few of them, and they had.
How old are your children?
I have a 15-year-old, 14-year-old, 11-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 9.
They're attracted to fire. I mean,
If they went out there,
they would have seen the fire and they would have headed toward it. That's just kids. That doesn't mean she's doing it. She's represented in court. It's not her doing the fires. It's your other tenant. So that's who you need to go talk to. Okay, so you're going to put, you're going to put 305.
I know, I forgot. I was supposed to say
Is that what we decided? Yes. 305 into escrow. Okay. And then the 800 would be coming through. And then we should be sure on that. And then you're going to put your September rent, which is, what did we say it was? 1,200 plus 1,200. What day would you put that in?
I can get on Friday, so it'll be on the 6th.
On the 6th. Okay, by the 6th. Okay. And then I'll adjourn this to September 6th, 2024 at 3 p.m. So get that into escrow. Put the September plus the other money into escrow before that point, so we know it's there. Then we can get this case. Thank you, folks. Everybody have a great weekend.
Judge, can you call Darren's case?
What is this? Where's Mr. Thomas's case?
He's never signed in.
The guy didn't?
Yeah, I mean, if you'd like to recall that one.
That's SC Holdings.
Yeah, yes.
SC Holdings versus Andre Harris.
Darren is dead.
Here, Your Honor.
Darren is dead.
All right. Mr. Harris did not sign in, even though we sent it. So what would you like to do? Would you like to take a default or?
Well, Your Honor, there's a couple things going on. He's the gentleman that called in indicating he had car trouble.
Yes.
I don't feel great about defaulting somebody who's having car trouble.
Oh, what a nice guy, Tracy. Mr. Thomas.
So what I'll do is I'll adjourn this to September 6th, 2024 at
3 p.m.
3 p.m.
Quick
we
update.
did send in the Zoom link information, but he hasn't signed it.
Danilo Cavalcante pleaded guilty to the escape.
There's one more issue on this case.
And related charges.
But I'm wondering if this is the time and place to talk about it.
15 to 30 years is a sentence.
Probably not without the other side.
That's what it can be.
Correct. You
could it wait until
we
the
brought up a
6th?
venue issue last time we were in court.
Oh, yes, we did. And did you figure that out?
I have figured it out to a point. I can't find I know there's legislation somewhere that says that there's a pocket or there's concurrent jurisdiction between parts of Milan. It came up it came up in front of Your Honor in the context of a misdemeanor prosecution.
Correct.
Because I tried to get smart and raise it, and Your Honor said no. There's legislation that's directly on point, which now I can't find.
Yes, that would be in the new court rules.
Okay.
4201, which specifically addresses venue on summary proceedings actions.
Okay.
Judge knows off the top
Then
of his
that's
head.
where I'll look.
The citation.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Lynn King versus Sean Cummings.
Darren's going to throw his phone.
There's no
He doesn't-
attorneys on either side. That party.
Neither party's here. Where she called out of town, can't come, says tenant applied for Hawk, asking for adjournment. Not a problem. Which day?
On the 6th.
If
September 6th, 2024,
Darren throws his phone,
3 p.m.
I'm going to send him a pizza. We'll figure out how to do that.
Darren Bo versus Monica Kerner.
It's you, Darren. This is it. This is your moment.
Hi, Your Honor.
Hello.
She's here.
Darren Bo.
Yes, Your Honor.
Got you. And Monica, where are you? No, I see there on. You know what, Ann? Can you prompt her to see if she'll answer?
Judge drops his pen. Darren's been paying attention all day. Monica has gone AWOL. Logged in.
Yes. Criminal. I still have Monica.
Oh, here she is.
She's not connected.
She's not connected. Okay, Mr. Bo, we'll have to wait a second. Got to get the other side connected to audio. We're in, okay?
Okay.
All right. Court passed that matter. Court does call the case people.
They passed
State of
him.
Michigan versus Brett Thompson.
They passed him and it wasn't his fault.
Jessica Blanche-Pierre on behalf of
Good afternoon, Your Honor. We're again the Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Thompson, but not what.
Yeah.
And Your Honor, I have been in communication with Mr. Thompson. He is clearly not physically here. I did not give him the Zoom information because my understanding was this was scheduled to be in person. So
yes.
I'm happy to give him the Zoom information if the court wishes, but I didn't give him the Zoom information as of yet. So.
All right. Well, here's what I'm going to do. Because just so that it's clear, what's contained in the people's motion, the court went back and looked at the tape. It's all verified that as to what the defendant misrepresented to the court. Also, that there is a criminal proceeding that it looks as is occurring in North Carolina, which was his reason, and not the spreading of his mother's ashes. So all travel privileges that this court granted the defendant are hereby revoked.
Told the judge he was spreading his mom's ashes, but he was really in court,
his,
Carolina.
I guess misrepresentations to the court. Another hearing. He set
shows up on a landlord-tenant thing and might spend time in jail as a result.
Before Judge Washington.
Oh, hi. Hello.
Monica.
Hello. Who are you?
Hi. This is Monica. Monica Kerner. I'm sorry.
Okay. Just hold on for a second. I'm in the middle of another case, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it said my name a second ago.
And so I'll deal with it before Judge Washington's preliminary examination, which is set for September 24th. So I'll call it a contempt hearing for his lying to the court. I'll set that for
the 10th. Make it the 10th.
The 12th.
Oh, okay. 10th is a spicy day already.
Well, hold on. I'll set it for the 12th. That way. Yes. Contempt hearing will be set for September 12th.
3 p.m.
2024. 3 p.m.
End of day. He always gets the people he's mad at.
At this time, defendant's bound. Right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
folks. You guys have a great weekend. Wonderful holiday.
You too.
Jessica had a bunch of awards behind her on that shelf. Wow. Lied to the judge.
We call the case of Darren Bo versus Kerner. She's still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got phone only for Monica now.
This is a termination of tenancy case. Is that correct?
I
Mr.
believe
Bo?
so.
Yeah. Yes.
It's correct. It's the termination of tenancy.
Yes, that's correct, sir.
Is there a lease?
Yes, there was. Yes, there was a lease. There is a lease.
What's the basis then to terminate?
It's like I stated last time that the water bill that she agreed to on the lease and her portion of the rent has not been paid.
Okay.
And you stated before that it should have been a different form, like a 7-day or something like that.
Well, it should be a different type of case because based upon those allegations, I don't think you have a basis to terminate her tenancy when I look at the lease.
Okay, Your Honor. So I guess I need to start all over again with a 7-day notice.
I'm going to tell you that's what I would suggest if you're looking for payment. And then maybe in the interim, you can work it out. But it would have to be started over or something else because it can't.
Can I say
because
something?
of the way that you did it, you can't even really amend the complaint in this case to make it match up.
Okay.
To the right thing. Okay.
What were you going to say?
So I getting, the Section 8, well, they haven't adjusted my income since my last job. So I've been way overpaying my rent payment anyways. And I mean, I really couldn't afford to pay it the last 3 months. So I had to eat. My kid had to eat. You know what I mean?
So you have Section 8?
Yeah.
Who administers your Section 8?
RPI? Or are you talking about management?
All right, stop there. Stop. Just stop. Okay. This actually may work out for both of you. Okay. Because I think, Mr. Bo, you really want the rent and the other stuff paid. But something tells me something's going on with the Section 8. And what she just said becomes an issue. All right. So, Mr. Bo, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjourn this to the 13th, 2024 at 12 noon. And I'll tell you, no, I don't want to adjourn it. I'm just going to adjourn it. I may dismiss it at that point in time, but I want to get something else started before then.
May I say one more thing? I met with you put me in the briefing or whatever last week, and I
Yes.
started working with somebody through SOS. And on top of that, Section 8 already gave me a voucher to move out. My voucher expires the 31st of October, and I mean, I'm gonna do my all to even be out before that. So, I mean, I just need at least a month or month and a half or two just to find a place, I guess.
But have you followed up with the people at SOS?
Yeah, the girl and I just met on Wednesday, and and I just took a leave of absence for my class and everything too. That way I could get this all done and taken care of. But her name's Grace, I think. She said just to ask for a little bit more time here.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so Mr. Bo, you look confused. So I'm not going to dismiss your case right now, okay? What I'm going to do, there may be a problem.
Those are happy tears.
I'm almost can guarantee it, that there's a problem with the people administering her Section 8, which may result, I can't guarantee it to you, which may result in the proper monies being paid to you once everything gets adjusted. I'd like to give that a shot to see if we can get that done. Because what it sounds like to me is it may not be your tenant's fault on that.
Okay, I have one.
It's really not.
I have one question, Your Honor. While we're waiting, can I file my 7-day notice? I don't want to let a whole month.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm just trying to keep the case alive here, but yeah, you can give her a 7-day.
Okay.
And actually,
so what happens with the
giving
7-day
her
notice, because I have nowhere to go?
No, Miss, hold on. Hold on.
Deep breath.
He's just doing that to preserve his rights to do this, okay? To proceed with a non-payment case. Ma'am, I'm going to tell you something.
I understand.
Hang on. It may be to your benefit that he does that because you're going to need something to show that something hasn't been paid.
Okay, I understand.
Okay? So, and the other thing is, don't get worried. Okay? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Because once he does that, he's got to come back and through here again, if that's what he wants to do. All right?
Okay.
But I think if the process that you started, I don't think he's going to need to necessarily do that.
I just wanted
All
to
right.
make sure it wasn't something that just wanted to make sure it wasn't anything that like I absolutely had to do or be out.
No, you don't have to do anything until I tell you to do something.
Okay.
And Mr. Bo's not going to force me to tell you anything.
I understand.
All right.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay. All right. You guys do that. We'll see you on the 13th, and maybe we can get at least a good portion of the issue here worked out. Okay.
Okay. What time, Your Honor, on the 13th?
What did I say?
Noon.
12 noon.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
You guys
you.
have a great weekend. Wonderful holiday, please.
You do.
You as
You do
well,
the
bye-bye.
same.
Darren
All
sat
right.
here for 4 hours waiting for his case to be called.
Tired.
Me too.
I got
Judge.
one more block. You got to play that. How many people are in that block? Okay, you got to play that. I'm going to step off. Let you do it. Who are they? I'm kidding.
There are people in court. Who are they? Right, judge steps off the bench. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. I think he's I think he's back. Do we want to follow his last block, or are you guys about done for the day? I know I've got a long delay right now, so I apologize, but Let's follow his last block. These are the people that are sitting in the back of the court for quite a while. Let's back up just a tiny bit. Oops, that's it. Too far. Too far again. Boom. There we go. Let's follow his last block. These two are sitting in the back of the court. He says, who are they? They're about to be called up. Last block, then bedtime. Actually, I have to call Aaron at Trial TV Live after the last
All
show.
of you that are packed into this courtroom. All right. Is this down?
Yes, that is him.
That is down. Okay. We're going to get you out of here in time for Labor Day. Court calls the case of Maria Finney versus Burks and Peter Stone. Nope.
Okay.
Okay, yes, I will. You've been really bossy, excuse me. Really bossy today. No, you've just been bossy. Hi. Hello. State your names, please.
Peter Stone.
Okay. So first thing, I was informed that Mr. Drukas, who's your attorney, had withdrawn. Okay, so the last time that we were here, so that just housekeeping, I had allowed Mr. Friedman to withdraw. We actually did not address Mr. Drukas' withdrawal. Okay. I see my staff, my wonderful staff, who's kept me going all day, look back in the file, and we see that signed off by the two of you, but it really wasn't a motion before the court. So I didn't get the order allowing him to withdraw. However, I will now take care of that since you're here, and I will sign it. Okay?
So the lawyers are gone. Now let's settle the business.
Corrected. All right. You are the defendants on the case, and where are we on this case? To your now.
Oh, yeah, so, the last, we were supposed to have a meeting with the mediator, Mr. Riddell. And we did have that meeting in Mr. Drugas' office. Mr. Friedman and Mr. Riddell were over Zoom. And so, the end of that meeting was that Mr. Riddell was supposed to look over the insurance documents that we had, showing that the insurance money was cleared through Maria's bank and match those up with the amounts of the loss of our items and her items. And we had a list of them all separated, but we hadn't heard anything. We did provide all the information, and we do have all the information.
So just so that I'm clear, were you supposed to get, depending on how that turned out, some of the insurance proceeds? That's what I thought.
$30,000.
Pardon?
$30,000.
$30,000.
Damaged items.
Of your damage.
I don't know if it back to Maria's home from Sunglow, after we moved out.
That we never received.
Say that again.
So we have about 20,000 of items that came back from Sunglow that were cleaned to Maria's house. It was some of her things and some of our things. We received pictures. I spoke with the manager there of all the things, and we separated those as well and gave them to the attorney and have that as well.
But nothing came
back to us.
So they didn't get the 30 grand. Sounds like some flood of some sort or some damage, fire. I'm not sure what. Some of the items were cleaned instead of being replaced and then sent back. They split the items up, kept the parts that were theirs, gave the other parts to the attorney, but never got the $30,000.
No, because I
confused. So
I actually, the last time that we were here, I allowed Mr. Friedman to withdraw because his actually came to me as a motion to withdraw on that case.
Yeah, we thought she rehired. That's why we thought he was here so late. No, so we have no idea why she's not here.
She's not here
you
judgment
have,
for the.
I think, a counterclaim to try to get some of that back.
Yeah, there's money in the courts, there's,
That was probably during the time.
yeah, there's escrow in the courts of 5,200, I think.
Yes, that you paid in.
Yeah, we paid it.
So the judge could release the escrow money.
Right, because I closed out some of those, paid that over. And then there's $5,263.17 open.
I was thinking it was a natural disaster.
Is what you paid in. All right. So I don't have a report or anything regarding mediation.
Did contact Mr. Brunel. And Mr. Pickles was on vacation, so he was gonna get back to us, and then that didn't happen. The last thing I knew, he was asking our lawyer for the email again of all the documents that got together for another review. So yeah, that's it.
We've been going back to their office for 2 years trying to get this settled for you, or for us, and they won't even call us back. They won't even.
You mean Mr. Burdell?
Yeah, even Mr. Drew just quit calling us back after so long. That's why when he asked to withdraw, we were kind of happy that he did, because he was not doing us no good. He wouldn't put in no motions for us. We've asked him over 10 times to put in motions for us. We asked him to call Mr. Burdell again, let's go proceedings, a forward email again with all the listing of items that shows that it was our belongings. Like, we tried doing this for 2 years now, and it just, when we got the court date that he wanted to withdraw, that brought us back into court.
Gotcha. Okay. Let me ask you this, folks. What would you like me to do?
Summary judgment.
I feel like that's the reason why she did today, is because
she wants you to make the
decision. She wants me to make the decision.
Who does?
Because this is her mother in the case.
Yeah,
Yes.
I honestly think this is the reason why she did not.
When you say that, she wants you to make the decision of
pursuing her mom?
Do you think?
So the last time we spoke with her mom, she was saying that there was a $2,700 difference. Like, that's all that she was worried about. She was saying that she paid us $2,700. Okay, that's the last thing we knew. That's why we were in mediation, because we couldn't just figure it out. We'll take off that $2,700 that she thinks we owe her. She owes us the balance of the rest, the remainder. And we would like our belongings that are back at her porch. And we would like the money that's owed to us. That's, we had to replace everything. Like, we have 6 children. All the belongings that were in the basement were, like, my son's, he went to the Marines, and all his baby blanket, his TV, his computer, his Xbox, all that got ruined. And we can't replace that for him, and it's like all the belongings, like all my suits got ruined, my jeans got ruined, my ties, like I had to throw all this stuff out there with years of collecting, and it's hard to collect that with 6
Something
kids.
that we use for our business. We have to have those things for.
And we just, and then when we asked for our belongings, or when we asked for the said money that she got paid, it started a big downfall. She entered the premises without permission and started hitting me. We had to call the police on her. Then after we vacated the premises, we had a pod on the unit, storage pod on the property. She cut the lock off it, poured gasoline and cat litter all over all our stuff in there. We're not even asking for that money. We're not even asking for the money that pods cost us for cutting the lock off. And then we had a car on the property. She towed as well. Sorry.
So he already got this information.
Okay. Well, and I don't know.
And it was, she had my uncle do that.
Some of that.
So I know you're upset, and I know we're upset about this, but you're asking what we want.
How long have you guys been married?
We just had our 16 year anniversary.
I just asked because just the way that you
interact, the way she put her hand on his,
calm him down. You can tell he's getting worked up, and she's
like, oh,
no need to go there. No, it's nice to see. So I'm just saying that.
I don't know what the situation is from her, and she is my mother, yes. I want our things that came back from Sunlow. We want our things back that are there. The last time I heard it was on her porch. I don't know if she still has it.
Okay, so let me. All right, let's do it this way. Because for you, ma'am, I'm sure I get the sense this is difficult at best, right? You've got your family here on one side and your mom's here, and more than anything, you want to just reconcile. Anyway, you okay? All right. Let's
I just want her to understand. I want to be able to have her understand why we're going through this. This isn't just, I mean, I worked years making all the money and the things that we have, to have the things that we have. So it's not like I'm materialistic where I'm just going to try to come up with these things that got ruined. It wasn't her fault that I got ruined, but at the same time, the money that came from insurance went to her for our things. And I don't think she's fully understanding that that money was not just to fix the house. It was part of our things too. And our names were on that. So it's, you know, I just want her to understand that. If anything, she received the money.
You want, and just correct me if I'm wrong.
Compensation for some of it. I mean, if the money that's in escrow, please just go back to us and then go towards us. And the things that she still has for it to come back to us. Because one of the things is the bed rails for the two ends of a very expensive bed we have. We can at least sell that and make some money back from it. I want her to understand this isn't about me trying to just come at her.
Okay.
You know,
okay. So hold on. And what if it were about you doing that?
That's how she's made it seem that everybody on that side of the family. So I don't speak to anybody there anymore.
You lost her whole side of the family.
So
nobody talks to us no more. It's terrible.
So yes, it's also part of me trying to keep my we don't have it. I mean, we're very particular. Like, and if my mom's going to sit there and say that I did this and that, of course I'm going to believe them. So I'm trying to prove my space too. So I didn't do anything wrong. I tried to help her house not get ruined by local insurance company. But at the same time, our things got ruined too. So
we did all the work too. We redid the whole bathroom. We did all that.
Yes, you did
the whole bathroom, tile work, new sink, new cabinet, new walls. I did the whole bathroom, the toilet, like everything. And because it was a lot of work. What was the cost of the issue in the basement was driven from there and brought the whole floor out. So all had to be replaced. And I redid all the tile that was in the basement that was ruined. It was all asbestos tile. And I had to remove it all and get a dumpster and like throw all the parts away and like do all the work ourselves. And I know.
Let me stop you for a minute. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to ask you guys to have a seat so we can try to maybe plot out what we want to do on this, okay? And let me try to take care of some of these other folks, get them going, okay? What I want you to think about while I pass your case, what's clear to me is there are a lot of dynamics that are going around in this, all right? Some of the things through the court process, there are certain things that we can do and certain things we can't do. All right. And sometimes you have to make real difficult choices about what you want. So think about just now, what are sort of the most important things for you in terms of what happens here? I mean, what's clear to me in listening to you, you want the right thing to occur. But I'm not sure you're clear on what that right thing is.
Talked to me about that too. And he's also explained that to me as well. The fact that, yes, I understand that's your mother, but at the same time, they also have to look out for our family. We also have to, those were our things. And I'm like, yes, I understand that.
Okay.
But I guess there's an extent to what I want to ask for her too, because I also don't want her to put her in a bad situation. Because we also
and so that's what I want you to sit and think about. Really what you want. And then let's figure out how we're going to move this case forward. Okay? All right. I'll pass it for a moment and then
if they said we want all the money, I think the judge would grant it.
Absolutely.
But I think he's given him a chance to think it over and find some middle ground somewhere that might preserve the
Court does
relationship.
call the case of Arborwoods versus Nadia Cosley.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
And go ahead.
Rachel Dornbush, appellate law on behalf of the plaintiff. Sorry, Judge.
No, it's okay. And Shannon Cosley.
Nadia Cosley.
All right. Okay, and where are we on this case?
Your Honor, total due with court costs is $5,308.
Wait.
All right, Ms. Cosley.
Yes.
How are you intending on getting that paid?
Okay, can my daughter talk because I have two close head injuries and dementia. She's right here with me.
Yes, you can talk.
Thank you.
We had contacted the VA social work and Jewish Family Services, and they are both willing to help us pay for it. We've given all our documentation that's been requested, and he said they should get back with us. His name's Tyrone Peterson from the VA. He should get back with us. We should hear something within a week. It might take a couple extra days, but usually within a week because of the holiday.
Okay, so when did you last talk with them?
Today. We sent all the documentation yesterday.
And they said it'd take about 2 weeks to confirm it.
Well, he said a week, that we should hear something within a week.
But with the
holiday weekend,
to
give it a couple extra days.
But
okay, and how much is your monthly rent?
It ranges between $620, I believe, is the base lot rent, and then whatever the water bill is as well. And we do have the lot rent and water bill for this month. We have been paying.
You do?
Yes, we have been paying ever since. And Jewish Services said that they would take over whatever the VA didn't cover. So they would take over the difference. I think there's a limit.
So you got that in the backup. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So let's do this. I want you to get the.
Thank you, Thomas.
I guess it would really be September lot rent and everything. I need you to get that paid to the landlord.
We already, yes, we get a money order on the 2nd or 3rd of each month. I think it's going to be Tuesday this week because of.
Okay, so you're going to get that. Okay, just listen to me. I want that lot rent paid directly to the landlord. Okay, and whatever those things are.
Absolutely.
I'm going to ask about the $50.
And certainly over the objection of plaintiff, but I think I explained this before. The VA is very good about coming through.
We had a court date last week, Your Honor, with a defendant who's here in another case this afternoon, and it's looking like the VA was able to quickly respond to them. So my hope will be the same for Ms. Cosley. As I indicated previously, when I spoke with Ms. Cosley, we weren't able to come to a meeting of the minds with respect to the payment arrangement they were requesting and what my client was offering. So if the VA and Jewish Family Services are able to assist, that may be the best outcome here.
That may be it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, folks, need you to get that lot rent paid.
We need to ask one more question. I'm sorry.
Is there any way that we can put a hold on the account? Right now, we're still getting charged late fees and fines, and I'm afraid in September they're going to add another $50 or $100 to that balance.
Okay, just listen. I'm not going to do that right now, okay, because it's owed, okay? But listen, if it comes down that they're paying it and people are saying, well, they're not entitled to this, or they're going to pay a certain portion, then we can begin to kind of take a look at what may be those other things, okay?
What other options? All right.
Okay,
All right,
I'm not saying no, but I'm not going to put a hold on it.
Absolutely.
And it may be a circumstance as the VA, as they come through, it may just pay the whole thing. They may just say, okay, yeah, they had these, and they just pay it.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
So don't let that stress you out.
Okay.
So I'm going to adjourn it out 1 week. If you did it today, hopefully we can. I almost want to go 2, but
yeah, because 2 would be proper.
Or even like 10 days. I do have to work on the 6th and the 9th.
Do you have to work on the 13th?
The 13th is a Wednesday, correct?
No, that's a Friday also.
Yes, I do have to work on the 13th. I don't have to work on a Wednesday, I believe, or Tuesday.
I don't set them like that. It's going to be on a Friday.
Okay. Let me see what my schedule is because I can look at it right here.
Monday is Labor Day in the United States.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it for the 13th because I'm going to give the VA time to kind of work through. I got a holiday in there, and I don't want to come back on the 6th and nothing's happened.
I only work till 2 p.m. on the 13th, so I can do it anytime after 2. So 3 o'clock on the 13th would work wonders if I could.
Wish my docket worked that way, man, but then the 13th, 2024 it's set at 1 p.m., but we'll put you to the end of that clock. Okay?
Okay. All right. Yeah, September 13th at 1 p.m., but I may not be able. Is it necessary? It's not necessary for me to be here, though, as long as my mom has all the information I have written down for her.
If she has the information and can communicate it to us, we're good.
Yeah, but sir, the problem is I have 2 close head injuries and dementia, and I do need somebody to.
I know, ma'am. I know. We'll figure out. Okay, we'll figure out a way to get through it. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
You also.
Arborwoods versus Ashley Dennis.
Oh, yeah. This one. It's quick.
And Gretchen Dennis. Any Dennises here? There are none. You were previously sworn. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. There's rent to retain of $1,649.92, cost of $240 for a total due of $1,889.92, and we'd ask for a default possession only judgment with writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff. That's by default for possession. Redemption amount in the amount requested. Writ to issue 10 days. Arborwoods versus Sarah Gillespie. Sarah Gillespie, not here. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. There is rent to retain of $3,229.61, cost of $185 for a total due of $3,414.61, and we'd ask for a default possession only judgment with writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession. Redemption amount in the amount requested. Writ to issue 10 days. Arborwoods versus Shakiri Lee. She's here. Miss Lee?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. And also for Kia Page. I don't know if they're here or not.
No, she's not here.
Okay, Ms. Dornbush, how much is owing?
With costs, Your Honor, $3,479.23. And
Miss Lee, there was supposed to be a $1,600 payment by
Yeah.
the 20, what happened?
It was the Monday, the 20, I don't remember the date. I made a payment of 1,100. I was hoping to get in to make another payment of 900 before the office closed. After my Zoom meeting with you guys, it just took a little bit longer, so I'm sure the office is now closed.
Yeah, I don't see that on the ledger, Your Honor, the 1,100. When did Ms. Lee drop that off?
I dropped that off either Wednesday or Thursday.
Of this week?
Yes.
Well,
my ledger, Your Honor, let me see if I can tell when it was printed.
I do have the like the little rent receipts from the money orders.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate you.
Right, but did they get to the landlord?
Yeah, I don't know. I took them into the office. I gave them to the office person, so they should have. I took them in there myself.
Okay, hold on, Lee. How much is your monthly rent?
It's $114.49 plus water and sewage.
Say again.
$14.49, Judge.
Yes.
$14.49. Okay. So the problem is that come Monday or Tuesday, this is going up by another $1,400 or $1,500 basically.
Yes.
So how are you intending on catching this up? And
So I did apply for the SER. I'm waiting to hear back from them in order to apply for Hawk.
Okay, ma'am, here's what we're gonna have to do. Because when people promise me they're gonna do something, on the 23rd, there was supposed to be 1,600 by that Monday. I don't have it that Monday. You're telling me you gave it at a certain time. I don't have it on their ledger. So
but I did give it.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I'm gonna find that there's no tribal issue. I'm gonna enter a judgment for possession to the plaintiff. Okay?
Okay.
And what I'm going to do so that that freezes that number, this is not going to be dealing with September. Understand that.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give you to the 12th to get this paid.
Okay. So the 900 plus, and then what'll be left over is the 15 whatever.
Say again?
So the total amount that's still left to be due minus the 1,100 should be.
If that 1,100 and 900 show up, so I got about 1,900, you're going to have about 1,500 to satisfy this judgment.
Okay.
But then you're going to have your 1,500 for September. That's due.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
And that you said that total amount, not including September's rent, is due by the 12th.
By the 12th.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Judge, you almost there?
Arborwood versus Lisa Thompson.
Bless you.
Here. Excuse me. There. Jeez, oh, Pete, Alan. What did you give me? He tried to kill me.
He tried to kill me.
Okay, he didn't. Okay, that didn't happen. All right. Thompson's not here. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. There is rent to retain of $1,508.26. Costs are $185 for a total due of $1,693.26. And we'd ask for a default possession only judgment with writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff. That is by default with possession, redemption amount in the amount requested with the writ to issue in 10 days. Northfield Estates versus Cheryl Cornett.
Not checked in.
Lots of Northfield Estates.
Cheryl Cornett, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. There's rent to retain of $2,052, cost of $212, for a total due of $2,264. We'd ask for a default possession only judgment with writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession, redemption amount, in the amount requested, writ issue 10 days. Northfield Estates versus James Schultz. They are not checked in. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. There is rent to retain of $1,713, cost of $212, for a total due of $1,925, and we'd ask for a default possession only judgment with writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount, in the amount requested, writ issue 10 days. Northfield Crossing versus Kelsey Perry and Denzel Perry and Alice Coburn.
Kelsey's here.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Okay. And, okay, how much do we have owing on this?
With costs, Your Honor, $668.
I paid, last time you said to have it paid by 3:00 today before our court. I went up there around 1:30, 2:00 and paid the $638 that I was told to pay last time we were here.
Oh, so you're about 30 off from
Yeah,
what they
there's
had
an
now.
I don't know. That's what I had written down last time we were in court. I wrote down 638.
Okay. No, that's fine. But you paid that today, you think?
Yeah. Yes, I paid, it was around 1:30, 2:00 this afternoon before I came on this.
Your Honor, I would propose, let's just adjourn this to next Friday. If my client
Okay.
confirms receipt of the payment today, we'll dismiss but preserve that $30 balance. And if for some reason they don't have it, then we can address it next Friday if that works for the court.
Okay, that works for me. Does that work for you, ma'am?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, September 6th, 2024 at 2 p.m.
Okay.
Okay.
Have a wonderful
Have a
Labor
great-
Day.
You do the same.
Thank you.
Sile Farms versus Lawrence Orlowski Jr. and Brittany Cohen. They are not here. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is the date and time for our motion for removal of a manufactured home. Your Honor, our office filed an action for non-payment of rent in March of this year. We obtained a default judgment on April 12th requiring defendants to pay the balance. I believe the judgment amount was for $4,445.04 on or before April 22nd. That did not happen. This is a manufactured home that, to my knowledge, remains titled in the name of Lawrence Orlowski, though from my conversation with him on or about August 14th, he indicated he signed the title over to Brittany Cohen. Ms. Cohen, to my knowledge, has not transferred the title into her name. Neither party currently resides at the home because we did process an order of eviction, which was subsequently executed. Based on the current rental balance, which now, as of September 1st, will exceed $9,000, we're asking for an order allowing for the manufactured home to be removed from the site. And I believe we asked for the ability to effectuate removal via on-site demolition if plaintiff deemed it was appropriate.
Some of those older manufactured homes are not allowed to be moved after a certain age. They have to be destroyed.
Yes,
I am still in
you did.
Utah. Yes, yes.
So the motion to remove the home is granted, and I have signed the order as presented.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Style Farms versus Antoine Bailey.
Your Honor, he's not currently present, but he has been bouncing in and out all afternoon.
He's been bouncing in and out.
Yeah, but he is not currently here. He's also had contact with the clerk's office as well.
Don't know why he's not here. He should have. Okay, either way. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. There's rent to retain of $2,947.38, cost of $189 for a total due of $3,136.38. Your Honor, my client is in possession of a check from maybe from one of the agencies, might be Faith in Action, I believe, for $136.38. That brought Mr. Bailey's balance down to $3,000. It has not been placed on the ledger yet, from what I can tell. The other $3,000, my understanding, Your Honor, is supposed to be coming from the Ann Arbor Housing Commission. I received correspondence from the commission or from Hawk, I think, or SOS. I'm not sure exactly who it came from, maybe Miss Amy, indicating that that $3,000 should be expected within 5 to 10 business days, but my client has not received it yet.
Gotcha.
So I'd be asking for the judgment today, but.
Got it. All right, and I'll grant the judgment. I will just extend the writ date to the 12th, so they've got to get it to you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay? Judgment's granted by default. Scio Farms versus Melissa Njemba. Yes. And also, who else is with this? Regina Miller. Njemba, there she is. Hello.
She's happy to be here.
I'm here. What's up?
Yes, you are. Okay, let's see.
Regina Miller here, sir.
Yes, ma'am. All right. You're both here. Okay, now my last notes. There was going to be something, I don't know.
I've got an update, Judge.
Sure.
From the last court date, Ms. Ijemba and Ms. Miller had indicated that Faith in Action had promised $1,500, Ann Arbor Housing Commission promised $3,000, and they were contacting the VA, hopefully with respect to the remaining balance. My client did receive correspondence from the VA indicating that the VA was committing to assisting with $4,913.12.
Fantastic.
So assuming all three of those payments come in, it should not only cover the current balance as well as September and I think a portion then of October.
Yes.
So they should be good for a little while once those payments.
Okay. Ladies, is that your understanding also?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Ms. Njemba, why you look so worried?
I don't know. It's just.
What'd you say?
Oh.
All right. Let's do this then. Why don't? Did they say when? Did they give a time frame at all, Miss Dornbush? Do you know?
Let me take a look at the correspondence that we got, Judge. Give me one moment.
It's interesting. I've been watching the
They had
rent numbers you guys are sharing from different parts of the country.
Well, I know we went on Monday and we were trying to get it done Monday. They called the office directly. We were in our office and we were told that the person who takes care of that is not in until Wednesday. VA Audrika called back on Wednesday and sent the email trying to get it completed on Wednesday as well. No answer, no report.
All right, here, gotcha. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjourn this out to the 13th. There's clearly enough there to, I think, cover it. Even if something may fall through, we'll still be in good shape, maybe. What time?
1 p.m.
So I'm going to set it for September 13th at 1 p.m.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and let's see if we can get all of this paid. Okay.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Your Honor, and Scio Farms.
Not a problem. Miss Njemba, you got to do me a favor. You got to keep smiling. Because see, when you start frowning, then everybody's worried. Okay?
You know,
all right. You ladies have a wonderful holiday and weekend.
You too, Your Honor. Have a happy holiday.
And Your Honor, Miss Amlotha is signed into Zoom.
She is.
Yeah, we submitted a dismissal on that case because we did receive the assistance payment from the Ann Arbor Housing Commission. And I had spoken or emailed Ann regarding the monies in escrow. And I think Your Honor had decided to release the escrow to our office so then we could forward to Scio Farms for Miss Amlotha's September rental charges. And so I just wanted to make sure Miss Amlotha was aware of that status.
Miss Amlotha, you there?
Yes, I'm here, Judge.
Okay. Did you hear what Miss Dornbush indicated?
Yes, I heard. I wanted to attend the Zoom because I wanted to hear about the escrow.
Okay. And remember what we were doing was that money was going into escrow and we were hoping to get the payment done and then pay the escrow to the landlord so we could put you a little bit ahead.
Yes, and also I just want to thank everybody. I got my Social Security approved, so I will be on track now.
Fantastic. Okay, Miss Mlotha. So everything is taken care of. We'll get the escrow over to them, and then you're going to be all set, okay?
Yes, I'm so thankful. Thank you so much for being patient, Sayofam. I really appreciate it because it scared me to death. I can't lose my house and be on the street. It was too much for me, but thank you so much. And God bless you all.
And bless you also, Miss Mlotha. And thank you for being you.
Thank you.
All righty. You take care. Have a good holiday.
You too. Thank you so much.
That's it for me. Have a great holiday to you and your staff.
You do the same. I think I got just dismissals.
Thank you so much, Miss Rachel. I appreciate your help.
Absolutely.
Northville Crossing versus Miller. Northville Crossing versus McCarthy.
All right. I think we're going to call it quits on this.
And Northfield Estates versus Androsian. Those matters are dismissed. Next motion. Wonderful. Ms. Dornbush, thank you so very, very much.
I think
you
you've
have
got
a great
that couple.
weekend.
You too, Judge. Thank you.
They got
Enjoy
that
the
couple coming
holiday.
back up.
Hopefully for a lawyer, Labor Day will mean that you get some rest. Okay.
Unfortunately, I will be working over the weekend. It's month end, so certain things need doing.
That's it. Understood. All right. Take care.
You too.
All right, folks, give me about 2 minutes. Let me just run off real quick and then I'll come back. Okay. Court is standing brief recess.
Brief recess. We are going to skip the recess. Where are we at?
All right.
Oh, hang on, back up. Waiting for the judge to walk in. At the beginning, there we go. All right, this is the last one I think that we're going to watch, and then we're going to call it quits for the day. We've had crazy, spicy landlord-tenant stuff today. Some fun, some interesting, some sad. Always interesting, but seeing compassion and people trying to get back on their feet and given an opportunity, that is just awesome, especially when the plaintiff participates in that.
Come on out. Court. Oh, yes, ma'am. Court recalls the case of Finney versus Sidoni.
Look at that binder they've got.
State your names. All right.
So we come to an agreement. We would like to ask the courts for a judgment against her mother of $22,000. We'll ask $15,000 to be from her mom directly, and we'll ask $5,200 to come back from the escrow reports. And with contingency of us getting our belongings back that she's still in possession of, and that was said to be around $20,000 from Sunglow. If we get that belongings back from her, we'll stick with this. If we don't get no belongings back, say she threw them away, they got damaged to her brain, we would like to go with the full amount of $38,000.
Wow. Okay, you said a lot.
It's okay. They want all the money.
Because we're going to take off the labor. That's what he did. It's just the labor. He just did it for her house. The pod rental we had to use because the basement was ruined and all our things. The cleaning fees. I actually sent out money, which I forgot about, until to try to get our things back beforehand. I was paying $600 a month during the time we were there to try to get it back. And then apparently they told me later that I didn't have to do that. So, I feel that 15 is half of what, not even close to what, of our things that were ruined. And I know she got $60,000 from all of it to fix the house, replace her things, replace our things. And
She was able to fix the house. We were able to fix part of the house. And so I do feel that's fair.
So my jurisdictional limit in district court is 25,000. Okay. So that's the only way that I could grant a judgment for you. So here's what I'm going to suggest. I don't have to really include the escrow that was paid in terms of any judgment. So if I deemed it fit after looking through everything that the damages would be damages that could be awarded, then what I would do is, and I think as I looked through it before, there's actually more damages than what my jurisdictional limit of 25,000 is, right? So I think I get there. I just would need to double check that, but I think I get there. And then grant you a judgment up to that amount, so that you then don't have to go to circuit court to do whatever. However you want to then, if you were able to deal with your mother, to negotiate that judgment, that's up to you guys to do. You can do it. You don't have to. All right. It's all going to be in your court in that regard. And then I would just order as part of that the escrow, because you guys paid that, would just be returned to you. And so that's not even part of it. So I think that gets you there. It's an easier and cleaner way to kind of do it, if you follow me. Does that all make sense to you? Okay, so now I think we can do that.
So he's going to order that the mom pays $25,000 to the daughter and her husband.
I think we can do that.
Plus
My
return
only
the escrow
issue,
to the daughter and husband. It's damages.
I
thought it was $38,000 if they don't get their stuff back.
Do you have the notice for today's hearing? I do. Here it is.
So $25,000 plus $5,000 plus in escrow.
Okay, so that's what it does. So here's
and
part
get
of
their stuff back.
Contained within Mr. Friedman's order withdrawing. I don't know if you recall me saying this. I told him I needed an order that had her address in it so that notices could be mailed to her. When I look at the notice that was sent by the court, this is our clerk's problem, and I apologize for it. They did not correct that so that there was no mailing to her for today.
Oh, no.
Also,
that means they can't do anything today.
Did you send out Zoom invites or anything on this?
She won't get you.
No, because it was in person, so no.
They can't make any decisions.
So
she hasn't been notified.
I have an email address that Mr. Friedman provided for her. So what I'm going to do
received one in the mail as well. We received our copy from our attorney. Mr. Drew just gave us our copy.
I can check my email as well.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say that you just sent it. It's just, hopefully Mr. Drew gets.
Well, you should have gotten one. Merritt Road.
No, see, I think Mr. Drew
Yeah,
did not
Mr. Drew just did
update
update
it.
our address.
Update ours.
Merritt House was the house we were out of from Maria.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do.
No one's getting their notifications.
No, it's okay. You're good. Okay.
This is a sticky wicket. I haven't heard that term in a long time.
You can
Martha.
update theirs. Can you update hers too? Great, great. Thank you.
Are those our kids playing at the park?
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, folks, is we'll get all of the updated information in, so all notices go out, because I don't want to issue a judgment without proper notice to a party. We'll do that. I'll adjourn this matter then to August or September. Yeah. September 13th, 2024 at
12 p.m.
at 12 noon. Okay. We'll do that.
busy
I made
week
a
for the
note
judge.
of that. We'll get all of these addresses in and everything, and hopefully we can kind of bring it to a close for you next.
Thank you. I appreciate your time so much.
Not-
For all of you.
Not a problem. Partly why I'm here. You said you have a son in the Marine Corps.
Yeah, Tyler Sindoni.
How long has he been in?
He's a veteran now, but 22. He's gonna be 23 this year.
He went in when he was 17.
Yeah.
So he's, how long was he in?
4 years.
4 years. Okay.
He's retired.
Yeah.
Is it?
for-
Well, do me a favor, and I'll say it to you guys, and I would say it to him, but please pass it along that I want to thank him for his service. I want to thank you guys for your service.
Thank you so much.
Because, but you have to understand something. I get to do what I get to do because your son did what he did. And I'm always remembering that. And it's the families that also sacrifice and worry every day. So that should also be acknowledged. All right, guys,
That's awesome,
not a
Judge.
problem.
Awesome.
Thank you. You guys have a great weekend and holiday. Make sure to get the address over to Ann. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. 14A stands adjourned.
There we go. And the judge puts a bow on it, wraps it up for the day right there. Spent the day with the judge. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. It was really good to see everything that happened today. It's been a fun day. A lot of spice. The jar of pickles is that's all that's left of the spicy maple bourbon. Jar number 1, I should say, of spicy maple bourbon pickles. Jar number 2 is, I'll save that to tomorrow because no one eats 2 jars of pickles in one day. Nobody does that. But I apologize once again. My live stream, because I messed up the stream twice in a row today, is super long delay. So when I talk, you don't hear it for 20, 30 seconds. So I'm going to sort of stall for a minute. If there's anything else I need to do before we break, let me know right now. Before we wrap things up. And I realize you won't hear that for a little bit. Do want to say in the news, Danilo Cavalcante today, almost 364 days since he escaped last year, pled guilty on those charges, all the charges that stemmed from that. Let's see. Good stuff. Are we streaming Monday? Steve, that is a great question. I don't know. Most courts are going to be off. If we are streaming courts, they might be arraignments, things that just sort of have to happen. We might. Are we taking the day off on Monday? We're going to Red Butte Gardens? We're going to Red Butte Gardens on Monday, so I probably will not be streaming that. I'm not sure what Red Butte Gardens. It looks like Red Butte Gardens, but there's an E on the end. They say Butte. We're going to Red Butte Gardens on Monday. Is it beautiful? What is up there? What? We're just going to look at plants? We're going to get sunburned and look at plants on Monday. I don't know what else is up there. Has anyone been to Red Butte Gardens in Salt Lake City? I think it's by the University of Utah. I think it's by the Natural History Museum. Is that where it's at? Yes, I remember. It's way up on the east side of the valley, right next to the mountains. They actually have a canyon up there, like right above Red Butte Gardens, that is off limits. Like the whole canyon, you can't go there. Nobody's allowed up there because they're worried that you're going to pollute. Someone's going to pee on the hillside and pollute the water supply. It's the city's drinking water comes out of that. They keep it. Challenge accepted, says Mrs. R.A. But it's beautiful. It's we're excited to go up there, and it's a great view of the valley as well. Oh my goodness, right up there on the hillside, looking down across the valley. Whew, looks really good. Make sure Red Butte doesn't accidentally dial any phones. I will do that. Flowers too, I would guess. Probably still some flowers this time of the summer. Fake ones. Miss you for 3 whole days. We'll see. Something might happen. You never know. Something might happen. What are we doing tomorrow, Mrs. R.A.? Oh, visiting family. So you guys are not welcome there. Sorry. Apologize. Visiting family up north. Check out client's reptile room at Springfield, Utah. Ooh, snakes will hiss. Reptile room. I think Mrs. R.A. is going to do a hard pass on that. I'm intrigued, but we'll see if that can go there. Let's see. Steve says, Recovery Addict and Fam. Vicky Mack streaming on Monday if you're looking for some court. Hey, that is great. Vicky Mack does a great job. Love that her channel's doing great. Love the connection she's got with some courts already, which is really cool. I think it's Immigration Canyon. No, it's not. It's not Immigration Canyon that they don't allow. I think it's like Red Butte Canyon or something like that. Is that what it's called? I don't remember. You can't fish it. I know that. They're worried about somebody, polluting the river because you caught a fish out of it. Fish swim in that river and people drink the water. But me catching a fish will pollute the water. I don't know what their thought is. I would think that, hey, there are people playing in the park, that catching fish out of the water would make it less polluted. But I don't know. Take the family to Liberty Park in Salt Lake City. They have an awesome aviary. Oh, Tracy Aviary. Is that what you're talking about, CBD? I've loved going to Tracy Aviary. I think we even at one point rented one of those paddle boats when they had I should call it a puddle boat because it wasn't very deep, but they had a pond you could take little boats out on. They had they built a little it's like a splash pad with a real river running through it. Miss R.A., are you feeling better? She hesitated, so she says, I'll be fine. She'll survive. Rowdy Petrographer. Been a long time since I caught a live, but still watching all the time. Thanks for what you do. Rowdy, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Clint's Reptiles has a YouTube channel too. Good content. Says Akamako Cross. Clint's Reptiles. It's not one of those ones where they get bit by snakes all the time, is it? I can't stand the guy that keeps getting bit by snakes. I'm like, ugh. Or the Cody guy. The Cody guy who stings himself with the most painful bugs in the world. Oh, no. I got to pass. But if it's just reptiles, I might take a look. Red Butte Gardens is beautiful. Just saw pics. It is beautiful. It is a really, really nice garden. Hogle Zoo is awesome too. It's up that way. Hogle Zoo is a blast. You make sure, I remember as a kid going to Hogle Zoo and drinking out of the drinking fountain, which is a lion with its mouth open. It's like plastic, it's fake. But as a kid, it was terrifying, even though it was like a cartoon lion. You have to stick your head in the lion's mouth to get some refreshment. It's like, I'd rather die of thirst. Let's see. Have you ever heard of Old Deseret? I remember going there. I was a kid. Can't find anything about it. I don't know what it is. I have not heard about that. Ruth Buck says, Cavalcante Manhunt was how I found your channel last year. That means you're at the year mark. Congratulations. Thank you very much. I'm glad we can get some conclusion with him pleading guilty to the charges for his escape and everything else. Not graphic at all. Very educational, family friendly. All right. We'll have to look for that. We'll have to look at the Clint's Reptiles on YouTube. Let's see. Anybody else have anything they want to share? Is there a Friday Night Frenzy? I have not seen. Let me do a quick check on Twitter. If we have, or X. I think I get charged every time I say Twitter instead of X. Not seeing anything from Ian. If he's going to be on, let me check with Rob. Law and Lumber. Okay, latest from him shows I'm seeing crickets. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to do it. We'll have to stay watching. Oh, Rob has a golf tournament, says Krista. So no, he's out trying to get under par. Have you visited Mom? Yes, visited Mom several times. Clint is like a reptile version of R.A., says Lucy. Snakes will hiss. Oh. Thank you, Steve N. I hit 1 year as a member in 2 days. Happy birthday to everyone who has birthdays. Living Planet Aquarium. Did we go there? Miss Zari says, we live on the ocean. We went to Cabela's. Is it? I know it's not quite the same, but they have a fish tank. Let's see. No NFNF tonight. Rob's golf family tournament. Delayed birthday. That's wonderful. I hope he has a blast doing that. Check out Zion National Park. Also beautiful. Bryce Canyon. I tell you, Utah has natural wonders in spades. There, from going up, you can go to the high Uinta Mountains and check out glaciers. Literally, you can go down to the deserts, and it's all just packed with Utah. We've got 5, 6 national parks. I forget what the number is. Just amazing vacation opportunities here. The Arches, wow! If you haven't been to Arches National Park, incredible. And then all the way down to Flaming Gorge, or up to Flaming Gorge, beautiful fishing, massive lake trout. The dam is incredible. Down the southern part of the state, you've got Lake Powell, which is also just incredible. You need a boat to really enjoy that one. There's a lot to do. Thanks for the laughs today. Amber, thanks for pointing us to different courts that we're having some fun things going on. Any suggestions for Recovery Replay crew? Krista, I'm going to watch the podcast because I didn't get to catch the end of it, and I'm pretty sure Thomas and Brian just nailed it without me, which I can't wait to watch. So I'm going to watch the end of that, and I'm also going to watch the end of the court occurrence, as Mrs. Vare is in the background. Hey. Yeah, that's what I'm going to watch. Also, Robert Tellis, the interview. I have to watch the rest of that he did just the other day or today. I forget. Lots and lots of stuff. The podcast I put as the number one for the rewatch. How scary was the film? Pretty scary. There were a couple jump scares. Canty, the film was it was interesting. It was intriguing. I like the idea behind the film, and it was a true crime. It was a true crime and paranormal type thing, where it featured a true crime podcaster and things like that. It was pretty neat. It was well done. It wasn't like a horror type film. It wasn't like constantly on the edge of your seat, but there was a palpable tension that was building. There are some moments that were great and really, really well done. Let's see. On the rewatch, yeah, watch 13 Days of the Manhunt. That would be a blast, just for the anniversary. All right. Thank you, Deanne. Thank you. I'm sorry about your mom passing, but thanks for the kind words. My mom, I put her through put her through the ringer. But yeah, getting my fourth wind. I'm done. I'm done for the day, Adam. All done. As a matter of fact, I need to play some music. Not that music. I'm sorry. That is a good song, though. I don't play this one much, right? This is a good song, but it's not our song. We're gonna scratch that one. Play this one instead. Check out Naked Mel's live from last night. I heard he had a barricaded suspect they were watching. I'll have to look at that. That seems absolutely crazy, CBD. Who had the interview? News Channel 3 in Las Vegas had the interview with Robert Tellis. Put a link up right before lunch if you go back and look at the live stream there. I think that's all. Yes, man, you nailed it right on the head. In spite of the jury being part of the conspiracy, I'm here to say I'm innocent, and I'll be proven in court as soon as my appeal is accepted. Yeah, that's what I expect we're going to hear from him from now going forward. I was also surprised. I think they reached the right verdict in the end, but they were just very thorough. Very thorough. Looks like people are having fun outside right now. Let me check the mountain. Oh, where'd the mountains go? There they are. See if we can focus on these guys. All right. I I can at least see the through the haze. I can see the tree line on top up there. So maybe we'll head out there. Court TV had an interview as well. That's awesome. You guys, tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love. Smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better, and please stay safe till we go live again. It will probably be Tuesday unless something weird happens, but that's what we're going to plan. Thank you very much. It's been a fabulous day. You guys have a great weekend. Have a happy Labor Day. Stay safe. We'll see you on Tuesday. Bye-bye.